Well, we're loading up our skis and sleds. And this sled is carrying enough food and supplies for 12 nights in Grand Teton National Park, which is kind of exciting. We have our food in there, fuel, extra clothing, and we leave tomorrow but we're packing up things today. Pretty exciting.
Hey, Wes. Woo!
Wait, no, everyone look badass.
Okay, we're going into the Grand Teton National Park for 12 days, and we're at Lizard Creek Trailhead. We got to cross Jackson Lake, and we have everything for 12 days, which is pretty outstanding, and it looks like we're going to get some cold weather in a few days. This is our group.
And then, you know, like kind of right where the lake hits the water, I don't know, it kind of looks like you might have a sideways move, and just like trying to like think about that with your sled, because they do like turn over sometimes if you're taking like a sharp angle with like a hill, you know.
So this is our crossing of Jackson Lake, and we're headed straight across to that hillside. That's Harlequin Hill, and then we're going to go up that, and you can see there's some ice fisher people out on the lake. Cool, so beautiful.
We all work for NOLS over in Bridge. Yeah, someone shows up for dinner tonight, you know. Yeah. We're kind of going up and in and kind of doing a loop, so we won't be on the lake too much.
Well, this is a big crossing going across Jackson Lake. I thought it was about a quarter mile, but we're taking kind of a winding route, and it's probably going to be over half a mile, maybe 3/4. You can see the track behind me and the people coming, and the group ahead of us, which is pretty awesome. On the crossing so far, I've come across a couple of wet spots, and I don't like seeing the wet spots. It's a little bit soaking through, but the ice fisherman said the ice is about a foot thick, which is pretty good. Looks like the group is stopping ahead. We'll see what's going on. Well, we made it across the lake, and this is our first tiny creek crossing. And now we're scraping off some of the ice that we got on the bottom of our skis and snowboard.
Thanks, Todd. Yeah.
This is Kai and Steven. Woo! And the participants on the WIS. I think they're happy to be here, but I'm not sure.
So far.
Well, in Grand Teton National Park, you go uphill. It's hard to capture it, but there's some participants back there struggling on this hill. It's actually quite steep, but we're avoiding the train trap to our left in the gully, which is really good. Fortunately, I'm almost at the top, which I have to admit I'm happy about that. The top for now. It's a gradual up for many miles as we try to go into Survey Peak. Well, this is morning number 2 of the Winter Instructor Seminar. As you can see, we're in a pretty significant burn area. And here comes the group. We're taking turns breaking trail. We're breaking probably about a foot down, and it can be a lot of work. So cool.
So cool.
Wait a minute, you're out in front again.
You sucked.
No, Claire was supposed to go.
Come in.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
What's up with these people? What kind of stride is that?
what do you
That is,
mean? That's just how I walk. You're gonna put this in fast motion, right?
no. And here comes more people. We took a number of breaks. Pulling the sleds, going uphill is quite challenging and very tiring. So we would take breaks so often.
Oh, yeah.
At night, we had our kitchens where we had our dinners, and they were counters that we built right in the snow, which made things pretty efficient and worked really well for us.
And work at a kennel there. But
Well, this is day 3 of the Winter Instructor Seminar at NOLS. And we're coming to an avalanche terrain travel problem. See the 2 big slopes in front of them? We will have to mitigate our travel to move to the other side of the valley. And I should say, good morning. This is Ron Rash, and thank you for tuning in. Oh, and behind me is Taylor. I hope Taylor doesn't mind me posting this. We'll find out later.
Because you spend so much more time waiting for the snow to. I used to bring drums on winter courses for that reason.
Well, we just crossed that creek right there, and we didn't have a snow bridge, but we did it. And now we're going to continue up the valley. We've moved to the other side, the south side of the creek, to avoid that avalanche problem. It takes time to delayer when you're pulling a sled, carrying a pack, and going uphill. And to minimize sweating and then getting chilled from the sweat, we have to delayer when we're really exerting ourselves, especially, as I said, going uphill. And sometimes we went uphill over 1,000 feet, which can be, even though, yeah, they're heat molded. But I don't recommend those for what we're doing because generally they're so snug that you can't wiggle your toes and stuff. But, you know, I guess some people probably do them. I just buy a pair of boots that are half size bigger than my resort ski boots because I want to wiggle my toes and warm toes.
yeah, my toes feel good, but I had like.
So we're building our snow houses. They're working on the quarry to get snow blocks to cap the top of the shelter. And then we have people mounding. These are going to be our houses. I'm standing in our house as I'm digging down and waiting for the snow blocks so we can cap it. So if you look down, there's my mittens. And this is our home. And you can see the doorway down there. And this is going to look like a pretty good size igloo when we're finished. Pretty cool. Well, we're having a beautiful morning camping and digging in. And the temperature is about 7 degrees, but it's sunny and there's no breeze.
It's for real a blast zone. Yeah, definitely.
So that's our kitchen over there. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's where we have countertops. I'll show the kitchen a bit later. We have 2 shelters there. They're being constructed. And then this is the instructor shelter here. And we have a rather large doorway, but we like large doorways. We don't have to bend as much. And this is our sleeping quarters. 1 sleeping pad there, my sleeping pad and sleeping bag here, and that's the roof up there. And the temperature in here last night was 26 degrees. That was the low. And the temperature outside the low was 5 degrees. Huge difference staying in a properly built snow shelter. They are very warm. We're expecting some mornings of minus 10 Fahrenheit, maybe minus 14 Fahrenheit, and it will still stay in the mid 20s to higher 20s in here, which is exactly what we want for our winter shelter. And again, that's the doorway. If it got really cold and windy, we might put sleds to block the door, but it's really not necessary.
I thought I saw this last night up here.
We're on top of Survey Peak and the entire course summit. And there we go, on top of Survey Peak. Maybe that's a little bit better. The elevation's not high. It's not high, but it's not.